Hey, what's up guys? Brandon here with another episode of Genius Finds. This is your first look at the actual 4 new phones from Samsung that is putting out this year. It's going to be the most anticipated phones of 2019 so far. There's the Samsung Galaxy S10, the Galaxy S10 Plus, and the Galaxy S10e. Now there's this new phone called the Galaxy S10 5G, and we'll get back to that later on. Each of them are as familiar in every way as a Samsung Galaxy device, but each of them now also has their differences, unlike before. To begin, I want to first focus on the main flagship, so that's going to be the Galaxy S10 and the Galaxy S10 Plus. Right off the bat, with the first impressions, they do look pretty good. Coming off the renders that we've seen online, actually, I was kind of a little skeptical at first, but now seeing them in person, they look a lot sleeker and a lot cleaner than I originally thought. So first off with the new stuff, there's 3 main improvements, and a lot have small ones too as well. The main ones are the display, the fingerprint sensor, and the cameras. So, the display. It's simple, you can see it. It's got a 6.1-inch display for the Galaxy S10 and a 6.4-inch display for the Galaxy S10 Plus. And they do continue with the tradition of Samsung literally having the best displays in every phone for the next couple of years running. They also have a better than 90+% screen body ratio now. It's also a super high resolution AMOLED with a 19:9 tall aspect ratio, but is also now HDR10 certified. And the name, well, they call it something different now. It's called the Next Level Infinity Display. So it does go right up to the edges, and of course you have the camera cutout in the top right corner, and it's actually a laser cutout with the AMOLED panel, which is precisely cut for just the camera alone to come through, and it's a 10 megapixel selfie camera for the Galaxy S10, and an additional depth sensor next to it, the dual cutout for the Galaxy S10 Plus. So sadly, no ultra-wide selfie camera there. Maybe next time they'll be able to come out with it next year in 2020. But like Samsung's cutout, it's maybe just a little bit smaller than Honor's. It's not too distracting. It pushes the battery and these signal indicators over to the right-hand edge. And of course, Samsung includes a bunch of the wallpapers that are slightly dark in the top right corner, just to make that hole punch just a little less jarring, a little less noticeable too as well. Now, Samsung can technically say they've never done a notch. Alright, so the number 2 one that we have here, that's going to be the fingerprint sensor, which is actually the ultrasonic under-display fingerprint reader, which sounds pretty cool. And the word ultrasonic may seem kind of gimmicky, but it actually means something as far as the technology for the use go. So we've seen fingerprint sensors in the phones before under the glass, like the OnePlus 6T, but most of them have been optical fingerprint sensors, by shining a light on your fingerprint to actually read your fingerprint through the glass. The ultrasonic doesn't actually do that, it doesn't use any light. So they have a couple of advantages with that so far. So they don't need to shine a light on your finger to read it. And this may be a lot less annoying in dim light and also at night. And the number 3 thing, it can actually read fingerprints before waking up the display, which may actually save battery life, and even more. I think that's pretty cool, so you don't have to wake up the display every time you want to unlock the phone. All this brings us to number 3, the third main feature of the Galaxy S10 and S10 Plus, which is the cameras, plural. So they now have 3 cameras on the back. Samsung is finally doing the 3 different focal lengths, the main camera, the telephoto, and a super wide. So this is awesome. I hope Apple gets on this train as well. Samsung has had one of the best cameras in any smartphone for a while now. They should be continuing this improvement in image quality and scene and color science, which we'll find out these later in the full review. So definitely make sure to subscribe and see that later video come out once I get my hands physically on the phone in person and take it back to the studio. The main camera, it's a 12 megapixel sensor depth dual aperture f1.1, 1.5, and 2.4 with optical image stabilization, and also the telephoto is 2.4, has OIS too as well, and the ultra wide doesn't have OIS, but at 123 degrees and 2.2 aperture you really don't need it. Then there's the software. So Apple and Huawei and LG have done the same thing with their phones, so when you zoom in, it actually is pretty seamless and flawless, so you can zoom in and it switches cameras automatically with the software. Now, to talk about the smaller improvements, there's a bigger battery. For the Samsung Galaxy S10, we actually have a 34 milliamp hour battery, and the Galaxy S10 Plus now has a 4100 milliamp hour battery. which is definitely a huge improvement coming off from last year. The specs and materials, though, are variable. To start off with, the constant is going to be a Snapdragon 855, and now it's going to be with that Galaxy S10. It starts at $900 with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. There's a second option of 512 gigabytes of storage, though, with that. The Galaxy S10 starts off at $1,000, 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, but if you upgrade to the 512 gigabytes of storage, it now has a ceramic back instead of glass. And then they have the other model that's 1 terabyte of storage and 12 gigabytes of RAM. Well, so there are SD cards that you can now make that up to 1.5 terabytes of storage, which is pretty crazy, especially if you want to have some good gaming sessions or store a lot of music or games on the phone. So with all these great specs, that makes both flagships look like the best flagships devices of 2019 so far this year, even though it is only March. We'll see about that later on. Now there is a budget-conscious device, which is going to be the Galaxy S10. However, I'll make a separate video on that later, so stay tuned for that. Samsung also released a demo phone, which is called the Galaxy S10 5G. We know very little about this. All we know right now is that it's a 6.7-inch display and has even bigger battery than the S10 Plus, which, as you can tell, is probably going to be a lot more expensive and a higher price tag too. But the screen won't turn on, and sadly we can't find anything out about that until Q2 of 2019 is what Samsung is telling us. But as of right now, Samsung keeps checking all the boxes with IP68 water resistance and dust resistance, fast charging, fast wireless charging, and they kept the headphone jack, actually, after so many people and manufacturers have gotten rid of it, which is nice to see. They have the Bixby button. Yeah, it is what it is. It's still there. I know. Also, now they have a new feature called wireless power share, or basically reverse wireless charging. We've seen this in the Huawei Mate 20 Pro that we've seen either earlier in the year or in 2018. So now your Samsung device can now charge other devices or accessories, which I'm going to be guessing it's mostly meant for the Galaxy Buds. Also, Apple may be coming out with another device for the next iPhone and the EarPods too, which may include wireless charging. Let's hope and see that later on. So finally, to top everything off, there are new colors. I think the best so far is the green, but that is not going to be coming to the US so far. The yellow is very enticing, and that's mostly for just the S10e. And then we also have like a flamingo pink is what it looks like for one of the S10s and the S10 Plus. That looks very good too. Now, the UI, they changed it up a lot. The quick functions, the toggles, everything has been slid down the screen so that you can kind of have better access. I don't know if everybody had the S8 Plus. I personally use. I've always had to kind of readjust my hand and get to the very top. It's very annoying and could possibly drop the phone. So let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing the reviews that you guys want to let me know what else to look at. This is the S10 and S10 Plus first look. I'll have more videos coming out soon. Please subscribe. Stay tuned for some of the future videos and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys later on the next video. Have a good one.
Done it